All right, so it's my great honor to present our first speaker of the evening, Sheikh Saeed Ali. Sheikh Saeed finished his earlier education in Somalia. He received a Bachelor of Arts in Computer Sciences. He served as a president of Somali Center in Ottawa. He is an author in several areas, such as in Somali diaspora, youth, and technology. Sheikh Saeed is a member of the Islamic Scholar in Ottawa, Canada. Of course, Ottawa is in Canada. He is a producer of CKCU 93.1. For those who don't know, it's a Canadian community-based radio station in Ottawa. Sheikh Saeed currently serves as a programmer and analyst for the Government of Canada. So please join me in welcoming Sheikh Saeed to the podium.
Normally, I don't address this kind of audience, right? Normally, I'm old folk, so inshallah, I will alternate between Somali and English. If you want, inshallah, I can do this in English, but maybe because of some of the parents, also I will do it, inshallah, some of those. I've been given 15 minutes. You know, sheikhs, when they talk, they take muhadara. I will call muhadara. So muhadara is minimum, you get 45 minutes. But here I'm talking 15 minutes. I will stick, inshallah, to those 15 minutes. So, inshallah, I will be true to my word, inshallah. I do speech for, I have a program in Ottawa, CKCU, so I've been forced many times to not speak more than 7 minutes, so 15 minutes more than, yeah. I think the brothers and sisters, first of all, I will thank them. I think it's a great program, and I'm honored to be here with them, inshallah, tonight. I have been told to talk about these topic challenges within the educational system. I'm not actually an academic who studied this field, but I'm a statistician. Yeah, I have been trained as a statistician, and now I do a programming. I do programming, not statistician now, but this is a field that I took my bachelor was a statistician, and I'm a student of numbers. So what I inshallah will do tonight is numbers. I will not take a lot of time, inshallah, to explain those numbers, because numbers don't lie. What lies is interpretation, right? So I'm not going to interpret a lot of those, inshallah, but numbers don't lie. So inshallah, if you go to the next one. Can you go next, inshallah? So what I will do to summarize this is, and to use my 15 minutes, inshallah, I categorize it into different challenges. I am, inshallah, going to show you 5 major challenges. I think I presented this in Toronto, I presented here into the community. So inshallah, what I did I'm going to, inshallah, repeat what I told other community members, but I'm going to, inshallah, do this challenge by base, because they said what that the challenges that the Somali community are facing, I think, when it comes to educational field. So inshallah, we go 5 challenges. I will show you those 5 challenges, and I hope I will finish before the 15 minutes. So inshallah, go next challenge. So this is the first challenge that Somali community are facing here in Canada. I think these numbers are real numbers. Those 74%, right? It's a huge number. It's the third of the Somali students. I think this has been done in Toronto, but I believe also this reflects what the community are in Ottawa itself, because of, inshallah, what I will show you later on. So this 75, when you see Somali community in Toronto, when they say 75% of the students is good, special student, below standard, what they mean is standard, below standard of Ontario. So when or suspended student, this is not good future, I think. And unless those people can dispute these numbers, it's a huge problem. So it's a challenge. How we can reverse that 74 into less than 74 is a challenge for the community. In fact, it's a challenge in Ottawa, it's a challenge in Toronto, it's challenging. And all the problems that you are dealing, this is reflected. So it's 74 is a huge number to me. And inshallah, if you're talking about a challenge, that's a real challenge. So that's challenge number 1. Next. Go, inshallah, next. So this is the second challenge that we are facing, really. These numbers here, these are real numbers. I've seen two studies that Toronto did. This is the latest one. I think they have 25% of drop rate. And I think the one before this one that they done, which was 2008, this is the 2011. So 2008, they have 35% drop rate. Yes, this the 25% drop rate is the recent one. But I have seen another study where that number goes to 35%. And this 35%, they're taking applied, this middle one, the 35, that's a huge number. I think what I've seen, all the students who go to applied field, that's clean. People who go to applied, right? It's not applied, it's not bad. But in Canada, what they have seen, they concentrate those applied field stream to the people who cannot perform. So when you see applied, we have studied some schools in Toronto, right? And all the people who go to applied, they don't graduate. And that's a big problem. And the last one, I think that's what's reflected in your conference here. Really, I was talking to Sheikh Mohammed and I told them, right, that's the problem Somali community has. This 58% of drop rate of the male Somali students are a huge number. And you see you see this, this right now your left and other sisters, right? So where are the brothers? I think that's the problem right now. And this 58%, right, of getting suspended, they will not come here and study these things, right? Here, it's not happy. And when you hear problems with the male Somali male, this is their problem. If the guys, I can see the older generation, but what do you think about the younger generation? This is their problem. With 58% of drop rate is a huge number for us. And how we reverse these things is another challenge. Right? This is the second challenge. To reverse these numbers is a huge challenge for us. So how we do, inshallah, I will leave it to others to discuss. But I'm going to present it to a challenge. Challenge number 3. The third one, right? And this huge number here. I said I have 4 kids, so when I'm discussing these things, I'm discussing also my kids, right? Right? This I teach children, I teach youth, I teach mothers, I teach fathers, so we discuss this always. But this, to me, as a student of numbers, these are huge numbers. What this tells us right now is 50%, almost 50% of the Somali children who graduated from high school do not go to university. If I tell you how many of you are in universities, are the university students. So they're going to come here. And you have good numbers here, right? These are the academic of Somali academic. These are the ones that want to reverse these numbers. 50% is a huge number. When you're talking about problems like crime and all those issues, poverty, this is what's going to reflect, right? Those 50%, if they go to university, I think their future will be different. But what are you talking about? No future. No society like Canadian society. No education means either problem. I think it's problem. You cannot survive in an environment like Canada. I was telling to the young kids that I teach Saturday afternoon, I was telling them, the place I worked yesterday, they were hiring students. Some, I think, winter type students who graduating, I mean, their winter type. So, I told them, we hired 5 students and all those are Chinese. It's not white, it's Chinese. So one guy told me, because they are smart. I said, they are not smart, they are hard workers. They are not smart, they are not smarter than me. They are hard workers. Right? So reversing, this is a problem, and I'm going to show you, inshallah, one of the second lessons. How we reverse that numbers, which is 50% of our kids are not going to university, neither they're going to the college. It's a problem. Sitting in basements will not help us as a community. So inshallah we have to reverse. That's another challenge also. 4th challenge or 3rd, I don't know, maybe the 4th. Okay. So really, this is where it's going to come to the reality. What this tells you, see, brothers and sisters, is what they did. And one sister did a great, I think she did her thesis on this same topic. What this tells you, the core course is less than 60. That's why our children cannot go to university. And if they go to university, they cannot finish their university. What tells you they study grade 9 Somalis for 5 years, from 9, 10, 11, and 12, 4 years. They study those students. And they check their grade 9, and they check how many of those graduated. I show you one, the slide before this one, but see this one. This was why they cannot go to university. Why? You know, math, English, science, and geography, those are the 4 courses in grade 9. And the people who cannot score above 60%, they end up not go to university. Or even they go to university, they cannot survive. That's the studies after studies. We are not just telling numbers. These are numbers. So it tells us our community, right? 60% of those students that they follow, they could not get the standard that the Ontario expects, which is a 3, which is 60% and above. They could not score. If you cannot score 60% in your math, forget engineering, forget medicine, forget anything. That deals with those. Okay, next go to English. If you go to law or all if you get your English, this one, you cannot, what do you want to do? 51% of our kids that they follow, they could not have a standard that they expect from them, which is standard number 3. Is they have 2 or blue. 2 or blue. Third one, science is 45% and English, geography is 44%. Those are the numbers that could not get their 3. They cannot meet the standard of that until they expect from them. If you go to the next slide, please. So what this tells you, sisters and brothers, is, you know, the lower graph and the upper graph. This one and the lower one, right, is the numbers of students who met the what Ontario expects from them. And the up one, to show you a pictorial, right, to see what it looks like. The big up numbers, right, are the numbers of Somalis that they follow for 4 years, who could not get the standard that Ontario expects. To me, these are crises for our community and even for Ontario. And when you're talking about gangs and drag and all those issues, this is the problem. You have 82% who have no maths. You're talking about 70%, you're talking 76%, you're talking 70% of those kids. How are they going to survive these guys in an environment like Canada where there are a lot of problems that everybody feels aware of? I don't know. These are sad numbers. It's not something to be proud of. It's something that you have to reverse. And this is one of the challenges. And the last challenge, please. The last one, I think. I have one more challenge, but this is the same. You know what I did this one? I just tried to check the communities that are like us, immigrant community. I forget the white guys. I think the white guys, right? Because these are problems, discrimination we talk about. But I choose some communities: Arab, Bangladeshi, China, and Somali. You just forget the Arabs and the China. China, because our kids and everybody believes these are super smart, so we cannot talk about them. Right? Forget about this Chinese. Even though I don't believe that they work with me, everybody they work with them. So they know they are hard workers. Well, they come 6 o'clock before you and they leave 6 o'clock after you. And you go there and feel 4 or 9 o'clock and you leave 6 o'clock. So these guys are hard workers. But let's see the Bengali and the Somalis. You know the Bengalis? Those are the Bengalis, okay? Right? And I think this is the Somalis. Okay? These are the Chinese. And I think the others are Arabs, okay? So forget the Arabs, okay? And forget about the Chinese, right? When they can't back up, we are more Somalis. Who there know Bangladeshi Chinese? Bangladesh was same socio-economic as the Somalis. You want to take their same socio-economics as Somalis. But why they are appearing, why our kids are like that, is something challenge that our community should reverse. If you say poverty, they are poverty. If you say immigrant, they are immigrant. If you say social housing, they are in social housing. Well, what happened to these guys and what happened to us? I think if these are numbers, they are lying, right? Then we have to sue the government. Really, we have lawyers, right? We have to go after the government and tell that guys you are lying, right? But if they're not lying, then you have a problem, then we have to solve this problem. It's another challenge. I think I'm going to go to the last. I'm going to show you a more serious issue, and inshallah I will end with this one. Halkan Marathon, Russia. This is Ottawa. Those people from Ottawa, this is Ottawa. These are the schools in Ottawa. These are the schools in Ottawa, right? I think it's the challenge that we want to reverse, inshallah. I think you know this school is Queen Mary, Charles Hollis, you know. You know what you see here? This graph here, you know what it goes with? You know 186,000. Those are the average money that these guys make. This guy here, they make that amount. And here, these guys here, they make 31,000. So you know the education system in Canada is not free. It's a lie. To me, it's a lie. Why is a lie? Why the guy in this school, right, is going to score this number in that ranking, which is the last school in Ontario? While the school in there, in the, you know, where people can make 200,000 are there. If they tell you education in Canada is free, to me, I discover while doing these things, it's a lie after lie after lie. Either you spend your money, or the government will spend this money, and your kids will be here, and all the other problems that you discover, right, start with this kind of schools. Either we agree or we disagree. I think there are people who are good doing good these schools, but it's a challenge when you compare to that school there. And my last one is Toronto, guys. Here's Toronto. Can we bring the last Toronto, guys? Here's the Toronto thing. And Toronto is same thing. What you see from here is you see this school here, the people are making 132, and those are the where our kids have problems. It's these schools. These two schools, because I was in Toronto, and brothers told me and sisters told me, those are where the majority of kids go, Somalis. And you compare to these guys here, where it goes, right? So what I discovered really is after discussion, you know, for the last 2 years, I've seen Somalis have a big challenge. And that big challenge is called educational challenge. If you want to reverse the problems that our community has, you have to discuss these numbers. And if you guys can do something about these things, you're really going to do great service for the community. But what we have to do, right, we have to tell our brothers, sisters, parents, right, you have to reflect this serious challenge that our community has. Numbers halkan yaala waa numbers khatar. Labadii sano ugu dambeysay weligood kuma dabeejin, laakiin maalin kastoo akhriyo waxay qorayaan, maalin kastoo arka caruur Soomaali dhibaato haysta, these numbers ay u soo noqdaan. Unless ay numberada bedelo oo ay ka bedelo sida kuwa Chinese ka dhigno, at least time can be kind of half chance, another half chance. Problems ka noocan weligood ma dhamaanayaan. Problem ka inamadu ma dhamaanayaan, problem ka jeelashu ma dhamaanayaan. Problem that gabdhaha haysan doona long term as a community cannot survive. 58% are going to dropping out from the schools. It will affect the family structure of the Somali community in the long run. Not now, we are seeing the first signs, but it will affect in the long run. So we are opening for you and for the sisters and brothers who will be coming after me. I've done those different presentations in different places where really we discuss these numbers in detail. But inshallah I will be true to my word. Jazakumullah khairan, and I thank for the brothers and sisters who gave me this kind of platform where I can share this kind of numbers, not with the fathers and the mothers, but the second generation of Somali community. If they cannot reverse these numbers, they will fail as their parents fail. Jazakumullah khairan.